It's called a bicycle, but will anybody ride it?
The automobile is here, but horses are here to stay.
Elevator? What's wrong with using the stairs?
A telephone? Who would actually use that?
People said it was not possible to fly through the air.
It's unclear if commercial air travel will ever take off.
Flying over the Atlantic. Impossible.
I give you a go to launch, Artemis 1.
We're on our way, Houston.
Do we really need personal computers?
I mean, come on, who's gonna carry a computer?
No
Never
way.
happen. No way.
Who would actually use that?
A so-called information superhighway.
I'll never shop online.
Credit cards on the
Yeah,
internet?
the web is full of scams.
Come on, electric vehicles will never happen.
It's just very inefficient.
Electric vehicles will never.
What a car!
Cryptocurrencies are not a stable store of value.
I hope you guys enjoyed that little clip. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. Before we go on with today's video, all I ask is for you guys to hit that thumbs up. It will not only bring awareness to the channel, but to NEO as a whole. And as usual, I'll post the link to that Facebook NEO Bull group that our very own subscriber and I started as a here. We're keeping it a strictly NEO Bull group. So what do I have for you guys? Well, it's getting very, very exciting. And I wanted to show that little clip because it paints the perfect picture of how people continuously miss the boat and don't understand that even if you bought NEO in the 30s and 40s, but you average down and you have vision, you will make a considerable amount of money in the future. Just like when, people said airplanes will never take off. It will never be commercialized. It's unsafe. When people said the computers, who would need them in the house, etc., etc. So, but the people with vision who invested in it early on became millionaires. NEO is still in the baby stages, but yet we came up with a moat that will dominate the landscape. And we understand that now that we see others like Cattle getting into the business, the cheap American knockoff Ample who's trying it. So we know that it's here to stay. And we're the first to think of it and to come up with it, understanding that this is going to bring significant revenue. So we've completed 65 million plus swaps now, you heard that right, proving that it's here to stay. But not only that, we average 44 swaps per station during this holidays, and we need 60 to be profitable. So with the partnerships releasing their battery swap enabled models by the end of this year, Chang'an, I believe, and Cherry, with others to also announce that they're going to be releasing, it's not that much longer in terms of when you think like an investor of when these battery swap stations will become profitable. And when that happens, I expect the spin-off to take place where we would have free shares as NEO shareholders in the energy arm of the business. And I do expect that this will start paying us dividends. So it's getting very exciting. NEO reached record-breaking 136,748 battery swaps in a single day. You heard that right, during these holidays. 8,000 belonging to Onvo. 8,000 swaps belonging to Onvo. NEO Group saw 136,748 battery swaps in a single day on February the 3rd as people return home from Chinese New Year celebrations. Of these, 8,000 were attributed to Onvo. Now, this amount of battery swaps was due to the Chinese holidays. But what will happen? What do you guys think will happen when all of the other companies start releasing their battery swap enabled models, as well as our Onvo ramp up this year, as well as our Firefly, as well as our big 7-seater and big 5-seater that's going to be released this year, sub-brands? Going forward, we would be seeing 1 million swaps a week. You heard that right. We are the future of gas stations. So I hope this is painting the perfect picture to see where this company is going. I said it and I'll say it again. It took Tesla 18 years to become profitable. And it's only then their stock started going up. We understand now that it's turned into a meme stock, and the company, their company keeps losing market share year over year due to lack of innovation. I've spoken about this in depth. Now is the time to catch NIO at the bottom level and ride the wave up. I'm not saying it might not pull back even more because of the massive manipulation by Wall Street, which have taken a lot of credibility away from the American stock market, but it will give you a chance to continue to average down to become a millionaire. So it says it attributes a new milestone for the sub-brand the company announced on WeChat. Onvo owners have free unlimited access to battery swapping along highways between the January 22nd and February 12th, and this is again a genius business model. And the Western mind cannot conceive that. Why are you giving away some free ones? Not understanding that this is what you do in order to have superior customer service, to show the customer that it's not just all about profits, and to bring in, to spread the word. Whilst others, and we saw it yet again, just like last year in Chinese New Year's, where they were fighting, literally they did it again, fighting for chargers. Our boys were just pulling in and swapping and leaving. So covering the high season around Chinese New Year, NIO owners can't enjoy this promotion. NIO owners can't enjoy this anymore and need to pay for battery swap as usual. That's our high-end brand. But of course, people who are buying a high-end NIO aren't really looking for a free swap anymore. These are the people, on a different income bracket. Not all NIO stations are compatible with Onvo, as we all know. Some needs adjustment. Last week, NIO updated 49 NIO stations. Even though we didn't put out a lot of stations last week, we updated 49 NIO stations to support Onvo for the holidays, bringing the total number of Onvo compatible stations to 1,291. This, and they're going to keep updating them because remember, the ramp up is coming, guys. This means that 40% of all NIO stations in China support Onvo vehicles. And it was really nice to see a lot of the Chinese that were charging their Teslas were parked right next to a NIO battery swap station. And they came over to watch the process while their cars were charging for half hour in the cold, sometimes even longer. What do you think will happen with these guys with their next car? On February the 3rd, the record day, the NIO group saw an average of 5,698 swaps per hour. The EV startup currently operates 3,106 battery swap stations in China, meaning each station did an average of 44 swaps. Moreover, NIO will most likely hit 65 million, which they did today, 65 million cumulative swaps today. The data from China only and do not include the impact of 59 battery swap stations in NIO operates in Europe. So some people are saying, well, our sales are still slow in Europe. Yes, and that's how it started off in China. Until the word spread and people find out about battery swapping and the model takes off. Just like what people were saying, like I said in the beginning of my video, I wanted to show that clip of how people felt about battery swapping, how people felt about bicycles, airplane, even cellular phones, computers. But now that narrative has changed, and the same is going to happen with battery swapping. We see it happening. NIO provided over 100,000 battery swaps every day since January 23rd and January 28th, and 29 being the exception, with 90,843 and 96,650 swaps respectively. But like I said, going forward, we're going to see 1 million or more per week in the future, guys. This is where vision comes in. NIO Group sold 13,863 cars in January, and every time we sell cars, people don't understand, 90% of them are accepting battery swapping. This is why we will continue to generate revenue even when sales slow down during the new year. Where other EV makers only depend on selling their cars, we get revenue from so many other streams, and in the future from so many other streams coming, like Skyos, the chips, and so much more, our charging stations. It says making it best January in history. The best January in history for battery swapping and charging. And this is just going to get, we're going to break that again next year and the year after and the year after. This is why the CEO said our profits are going to be sudden and massive. I love it. It says the Neo brand sold over 7,951 cars. Entry-level Onvo sold 5,912 units of its only car, the L60, the only car for now, with others coming. With the big L70 coming, which is the big 5-seater, the L80, which is the big 7-seater sub-brands, that's going to make the Onvo, the current Onvo, look tame, according to the CEO. It's getting very exciting. And as true investors, we understand that you can never time the market. This is why I even bought into the 30s for my son when I started buying. His average is down now to a little under $7. So like the great Warren Buffett said, you can never fully time the market. But once you see where the company is going, you should keep buying the dips. He said when it's a new company, he said you hope the price go down. And that's what I did. I kept buying and I will keep buying. So I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. So guys, do not forget to hit that thumbs up right here, because it takes a lot of time.